Founded in 1986, Promiseland Independent Private Limited celebrates her 30th anniversary this year. Why celebrate? It is not because Promiseland is an extraordinary growth story. Many companies have grown bigger and have become more well-known in a shorter time. It is not because Promiseland is unique as companies go. Promiseland is just one of many licensed financial advisor firms in Singapore. Why celebrate then? The reason is that Promiseland stands out as a remarkable story of God's grace, guidance, and blessings. It is a story of a homegrown insurance brokerage started by two brothers, which has become a thriving financial advisor firm and brokerage, with more than 100 financial advisor representatives and brokers, and supported by more than 25 staff. The story of Promiseland is really a tale not of two cities, but of three communities. The first strand is the family. The founders of Promiseland are David and Freddie Chu, the two younger siblings out of 8 siblings. They were 37 years and 32 years of age in 1986. The Chu family regards children as a gift from God and has been richly blessed in this respect. David's elder sister married and brought forth 6 children and 16 grandchildren. All 4 brothers also married and brought forth a total of 11 children and 14 grandchildren thus far. Why did David and Freddie start Promiseland? And what is the story behind the name?
In 1985, I was working as a regional materials manager of an international firm. But in 1985, I was appointed as an elder of my church. And I felt the duty of being an elder was rather heavy, because a lot of members called me in the day to seek my advice. So I was getting a sort of sensing that it was quite difficult to handle both full-time job and the church. So I actually decided that the best way is to have more control of my time. So it so happened that my younger brother, Freddie Chu, was working in a broking firm, and he managed to have quite a lot of spare time. So I decided to join him in this firm and just to be a broker while using the rest of the time to serve in church. But because of some unplanned events, both of us have moved out and we formed our own firm. We rented a small place, just a small office at the Plaza Beach Road, just about 700 square feet. We had a low budget but lots of heart and faith. So we worked very hard. We recruited a lot of people, we trained them, and we managed to grow quite rapidly. We actually had a tough time looking for a company name. One day I was just reading the story of Joshua and Caleb, how they entered the Promised Land, and there were 2 of them. So since there were 2 of us, we thought this name might be good. So we just chose it, and we decided that we shouldn't use exactly the same as the Bible name, which is Promised Land. So we just coined it as one word, Promised Land, and it sounded very nice. And it's a very inspiring story, so we found that it's done us a lot of good.
Promiseland made a rather promising start immediately, and her rapid growth is moving literally and metaphorically. From her humbled 700 square feet office at Plaza Hotel in 1986, Promiseland moved to its new spanking 2,400 square feet office in Northbridge Centre in 1988 to cater to her growing number of brokers and staff. In 1997, Promiseland relocated and revitalized the business at 275 Beach Road. Promiseland expanded further and added an office in Key Point. Today, due to redevelopment of Key Point, Promiseland relocated to Plaza Park Royal at the Plaza Beach Road in October 2014.